You're gonna learn a very accurate trading strategy with the best trend indicator ever created on TradingView. This indicator is called BX Trender. To have it on your chart on TradingView platform, here you just need to click on indicators and search BX Trender, this one, which is written by Quant Therapy. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, we have it here below the chart. There are different components in this indicator. First, I explain what we have here and how we can interpret and use it for trading, and then I will teach you a trading strategy based on this indicator. Before we start, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, this line here is BX Trender line. It changes color between green and red depending on the direction of the market. In times that the price is advancing, the color of the line is green, and in times that the price is declining, the color of the line is red. On the point of the color changing, the indicator also shows red and green circles that are actually buy-sell signals in this indicator. Green circle is a buy signal and red circle is a sell signal. Of course, not every signal is a good signal and profitable for trading. The signals of this line are showing short-term momentum changes in the market, and they are doing it correctly, but in some cases, the movement of the price after them is just small and not suitable for trading. Later, I will teach you how you can take the signals that can be profitable for trading and how to avoid signals that are not worth of trading. At the back of the BX Trender line, we have a histogram which is called BX Trender histogram. This is a histogram of this line, BX Trender oscillator line. Somehow it is similar to MACD histogram, and the main use case in this indicator is evaluating momentum and confirming the signals. When the histogram is above the center line and green, we have greater upside momentum, and when the histogram is below the center line and red, we have greater downside momentum. We can also evaluate the strength or weakness of the momentum by the help of color changing in the histogram. For example, when the histogram is above the center line and green, when it is light green, it shows that the upside momentum is strong, and when it becomes dark green, it shows weakness in the upside momentum. On the other hand, when the histogram is below the center line and red, when it is dark red, it shows that the downside momentum is strong, and when it becomes light red, it shows weakness in the downside momentum. Alright, there is another component in this indicator, this line and this histogram, which is called BX Trender trend, and this will help us with longer term trend of the market. Before I explain this, I'm proud to announce that recently I have published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a complete guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, getting back to this line, BX Trender trend, and let me explain how we can interpret and use it for trading. When the line is below the center line and the histogram is red, it shows that we are in a downtrend, and when the line is above the center line and the histogram is green, it shows that we are in an uptrend. When this trend line is above the center line or below the center line, there are times that there is color changing in the line, and this shows weakness in the trend. For example, here you can see that the line is below the center line and the histogram is red, and you can see that sometimes the line becomes green. This shows weakness in the downtrend, which can be because of a pullback, or the weakness can be more serious, and after that we may get a reversal. Similarly, when the line is above the center line and the histogram is green, there are times that the line becomes red, and this shows weakness in the uptrend. Now you may ask if you can use this line, the trend line, for identifying reversals. When the line goes above the center line or below the center line, can we use it as a signal for starting of a new trend? Yes, it can be a signal for a new trend, but you shouldn't trade only based on this center line crossover, and you need more confirmation that a reversal is happening with higher probability. For example, here you can see that the line crossed above the center line and now it is above the center line. This is a signal that probably an uptrend is forming happening in the market, but we don't trade only based on this and we need more confirmation. For example, we can add RSI this one, relative strength index, and we can use these two indicators together for identifying and confirming reversals. For example, here following this downtrend, you can see that the price made lower low, but when we check RSI, we can see that RSI made higher low. This is called bullish divergence, and this is a leading signal that probably a reversal is going to happen. After the divergence, you can see that the trend line turned to green, and here at this point, the line went above the center line. So here we have high probability that a reversal happened and the market is turning to an uptrend. Even when we check the price action for more confirmation, we can see that here when this line is closed above the center line, the price is already closed above the last lower high, which shows that the structure of the prior downtrend is broken here, and we have high probability that an uptrend is forming in the market. So the reversal here is confirmed, and you can see how the price turned to an uptrend after that. Following this uptrend, here you can see that the price made same level, but when we check RSI, we can see that RSI made lower high. This is called bearish divergence, and it is a leading signal that probably a reversal is going to happen. Here in this indicator, you can see that the line turned to red, and here at this point, it went below the center line. So now we can say with higher probability that a downtrend is probably forming in the market. Even with further confirmation of price action, you can see that the price is already closed below the last higher low, which shows that the structure of the uptrend is already broken, and you can see how the price turned to a downtrend after that. So this is how you can use this indicator, I mean the trend line of this indicator, for identifying reversals. Let me close RSI and teach you how you can use the buy-sell signals of this indicator for finding accurate trading opportunities in the market. Alright, here we have different components in this indicator that can help us with evaluating trend and momentum from long-term to short-term perspective. As I explained earlier, when the trend line is below the center line and the histogram is red, it tells us that we are in a downtrend. So in this situation, we should look for short position opportunities. The BX trender line gives us buy-sell signals based on shorter-term momentum changes inside the longer-term trend. The green circles are buy signals and the red circles are sell signals. Because the longer term trend is down, we should only focus on the sell signals, because these sell signals are in the same direction with the longer term trend of the market. We don't take these buy signals because they are against the current trend of the market. As you can clearly see, after them we had just small movement of the price in the form of a pullback. So here, because the trend is down, we only focus on the sell signals, and for further confirmation, we can use this histogram, the histogram of the BX trender oscillator line. For example, when we have a sell signal, we wait for the histogram to go below the center line and having a red bar. When we get a red bar, then we enter a trade. Similarly here, we got a sell signal here and the red bar here when this candle was closed, so we could enter a trade and we continue like this. On the other hand, when the trend line is above the center line and the histogram is green, the market is trending up and we should look for long position opportunities. So in this situation, we only focus on the buy signals because they are in the same direction with the longer term trend of the market. We don't take these sell signals because they are against the current trend of the market. And for further confirmation, we use the histogram of the oscillator line. For example, here we have a buy signal. We wait for the histogram to go above the center line and turn to green. When we got a green bar, then we can enter a trade. For this buy signal here, you can see that the histogram didn't turn to green, also for this one, but for this buy signal here, you can see that the histogram turned to green here, so we could enter a long position at this point. With this final confirmation of this histogram, we could avoid entering a trade during this flat market. Please pay attention that this is a trend following strategy, and in two situations you can encounter false signals. One is when a reversal is happening in the market, market, and the other is when the market is not trending and the price is in a trading range. By the help of this indicator and the method that I explained, you can avoid many of the false signals, but not all of them, and you will still have false signals when a reversal is happening in the market or when the price is in a trading range. In trend following strategies, when the market is not trending, you should stop trading until a new trend is established. Some indicators like ADX or Andean oscillator can help you with identifying non-trending market, or price action analysis, which is a more effective method, but still you cannot remove all of your false signals. This is not possible, and there are no trading strategy or method capable of doing this. So you need to manage your risk properly to minimize the effect of your losing positions. 1% rule risk management is the best risk management strategy and recommended by professional traders. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it now, because without a proper risk management, you cannot survive in this game. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.